Hey there drone fans, Rick here again from Drone Valley. In today's video, I'd like to show you what I think is the perfect car charger for your DJI Mini 3 Pro drone or really any of your portable electronics that you'd like to charge from your car. Now this project started about a year and a half ago. We were looking for a car charging solution that we could use with all of our portable devices to keep everything fully charged when we were out in the field. Things like our drone, our controller, our battery packs, our tablet, our phones, our GoPro cameras, and even our laptops. We wanted a charger that would work with all of those. And the challenge at the time was there were a lot of chargers out there that were very specialized and fairly expensive that work great with the drone, the controller, and the batteries. There were others that work with the tablet and the phone, some for the GoPro camera, and even others that work with the laptop. But my challenge was I only had one car port in my car, so I was constantly plugging and unplugging things, and I couldn't charge everything at the same time. Two other things changed right around that time. The first one, which is a big fundamental shift, is a lot of the drone companies were moving away from specialized chargers. So prior to that, there was a very specialized car charger you needed for the batteries for the drone that also worked with the controller and maybe even a battery pack. But then if you needed a charger for another drone, it was completely different. The second thing that changed was a lot of the companies started adopting the quick charging standards and standardized connections. So for example, before that, there were custom connections to charge the batteries. Well, about a year and a half, 2 years ago, they started shifting to micro USB connections or even USB-C connections, which made a universal charger pretty possible for all of these devices. So I sat down with the team and I said, look, I want to design a charger that I can plug into my carport that gives me multiple ports I can plug things into, but also, and this is the big ask, that has both PD, power delivery charging, and QC quick charging in the same charger, because a lot of these products not only move to that standardized charging connection, again, a micro USB or a USB-C, but they also incorporated quick charging capabilities that allowed the charger, if you had the right one, to look at the device you plugged into it and make whatever adjustments are needed to send the right current and voltage to that device to charge it quickly. Now you could still use a standard charger with most of these devices, but it took a really long time to charge them up. So having a PD charger or having a QC charger was super important. And then the third criteria, as if it wasn't complicated enough, is I said to the team, I want this charger to have at least one port on it that could deliver 65 watts of charging power. Now that's a really important number because a lot of the larger drones like the Mavic 3, laptops, other devices require at least a 65 watt port through USB-C over a PD connection, power delivery connection. So I said that has to be in the charger. I'd also like a QC connection in there, and I'd like both a USB-C and a USB-A on the charger. So they sat down, started working with a lot of the manufacturers that we work with to build the perfect charger, and that's exactly what I have here. So what you're looking at is a Drone Valley product, and it's a 95 watt charger. And what I mean by that is I have one USB-C connection on it that's a full 65 watts. So you can use that to charge your drone batteries, your controller, even in the hub. You can charge the Mavic 3 batteries with this. And you have two additional ports on here, another USB-C and a USB-A. The USB-A is a QC port, so if you've got devices that use the QC standard, a lot of the Android products use that, a lot of the game consoles, the GoPro camera, I believe, uses the QC standard. You can plug it in there with a full-size USB-A connection, and I've got another USB-C port on the bottom. Between those, you get another 30 watts of charging. So it's incredibly powerful, and it also includes three different styles, or I should say at least three ports, both the USB-A and two USB-Cs. But we didn't stop there because I said, okay, great, we've got the charger. It works with everything I charge out in the field, but I want to put a kit together, or at least make a kit available for people to buy that give them all the connections they need to charge these devices in the field. Now, you could simply buy the charger and use the cables you have and plug everything in, and it works just great. But if you're in need of a cable, we thought we'd build in some cables, because to transmit 65 watts of power, you need a really heavy-duty cable. So you can get this charger as the charger alone on our website, but we've also included a cabling kit or a connection kit that has a USB-C to USB-C, including some adapters on the end that turn it into an Apple product or a micro USB connection as well. And we also include one extra connector that you can pop on the end of one of these USB-Cs that turn it into a USB-A. So this cabling kit gives you pretty much all the plumbing you need to turn the cable into anything you need out there. It's like a universal cable that you can use with this charger or use with any charger. Now I wanted to show you how this works because I use it all the time. We've, again, had it out for about 7 months or so. We spent a lot of time doing the research, making sure we found a company that built a really safe charger. It's got a lot of protections built in around overcurrent, over voltage. It's smart enough that the first device you plug in, whether it's QC or PD, it's going to look at that device and it's going to start charging that safely and quickly. It's a brilliant charger from that perspective, but it's got tons of protections built in. It's also made from a really heavy-duty casing, so you've got aluminum on the bottom and heavy-duty plastic up top. It's fire retardant, so we really spent a lot of time putting this together, and it's got the Drone Valley logo on it, and we stand behind everything we sell. So let's pretend you're in your car, and you've got one port, just like I do in my car. So you'll plug the charger into that port, the charger becomes immediately available to use. Now, if you've got a USB-C cable that came with the kit, or you've got your own USB-C to USB-C, you can plug that into the 65-watt port, which is right here, and then you can charge anything you want. So I can plug it into my controller and start charging the controller. It takes a second to recognize it, and you'll see immediately, see how it's fast charging the controller, so it knows that it can fast charge this device and immediately drops into fast charging mode. Now, you can charge this with a standard car charger, but you're not gonna get that fast strobing on the controller. It's gonna take a long time to actually charge that. But you can also, at the same time, use a second USB-C to USB-C, or in this case, a USB-A to USB-C. But let's start with the USB-C straight through. So if you've got another cable, you can pop that into the second USB-C port, and you can charge your battery bank. So if you've got a battery bank, plug it in there. Now what'll happen is the charger is going to recognize you've plugged in two devices, and it's going to readjust, but I can charge both at the same time. So my batteries are now charging and my controller are charging. And I sit these on my front seat, plug it into my charger in the car, and both of these are charging while I'm driving to my new location. But it doesn't stop there because, like I'd mentioned, there's a USB-A port on there. So if I'm using a tablet with the RCN1 controller, and I'm not using the integrated controller with the Mini 3 Pro, I can plug my tablet in. I've got a USB-C here, so I just take the Apple adapter, pop it on the end of it like that, and then plug it in here. And then boom, I start charging that. So essentially, I can charge my batteries in the bank, I can charge the controller, and I can charge my tablet all at the same time from a single charger. This charger, again, took a long time to develop. I know there are other companies in the market that market things like this, but we really spent some time working with the company to make sure, number one, that it was safe, because the charger's not that expensive compared to what you're plugging into it. So it had to be a very, very safe charger. All the features you care about, again, over voltage, over current, over temperature, short circuits. If you short the wires, it's going to shut off. It's a really, really smart charger from that perspective. But what I love so much about it is it's a 65-watt charger through that USB-C port, which means I can bring my laptop along with me and charge that in the car as well. There are very few car chargers that'll handle a laptop. But again, from a drone perspective, the Mini 3, everything you need to charge, you can charge off that single charger in your car. And if you need it with cables, we have it with cables, or we have it just as the car charger alone. And I just love it. I've used it for pretty much everything I take out in the field with me for the last 8 months or so, 9 months ago when we've got the final version produced. And I just love the product. So that's pretty much all I had for today. The reason I said it's perfect for your Mini 3 Pro is because you can see that it's charging everything that comes with the kit. If you bought the Flymore and got the hub, you can charge the batteries in there. If you want to slide them in the drone, you can charge them in the drone as well. And you can get it, like I said, as just the car charger, or you can get it as a charging kit, which comes with the car charger, one cable, 3 adapters, and this beautiful Drone Valley pouch that you can keep everything in and keeps everything really organized. So I hope you found this review helpful. I love designing products like this, and hats off to the Drone Valley team, because this was not an easy project to get done, and I'm thrilled with the results of what they came up with. So thanks an awful lot for watching. If you have any questions about this product, the Mini 3 Pro, or any technology we talk about on the channel, drop those in the comments below and I'll get back to you as quickly as I can. We offer this product both on our website and on Amazon, and we'll ship you the product the day you make the purchase. We stand behind it. If you have questions or problems, we'll be here to take care of them. And I just love building products like this to help the hobby and just make things simpler when you're out there flying. So thanks again for watching, and until next time, happy flying.